Good morning. Today is Tuesday, March 16th. For lunch today, there's Sloppy Joe on a bun with baked beans, or taco salad with tortilla chips, or spicy chicken patty on a bun with golden french fries. Today in grades 4 through 5, it's a C day. In grades 6 through 8, it's an A day. During gym recess today, the Boys and Girls Club option is there for Ms. Brooks and Ms. Laner's classes. And finally, nobody in the building has a birthday today, so find your own reason to celebrate. Hey everybody! So if you're into cars and trucks, and even if you're not, there's probably a few brands you've heard of. Brands like Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Buick, Cadillac, and all of these brands are owned by General Motors or GM. Now, one thing you might not be familiar with is Mary Barra, who has been the CEO or Chief Executive Officer, or basically boss of GM, ever since 2014. Now, as you might imagine, running such a huge company is not an easy job. In the video I'm about to show you, Mary Barra is being interviewed by another former woman CEO, Ginny Rometty, who used to run IBM. In this, they talk about some of the challenges that women face in the workplace and some advice that they would give on how to be able to make it work. So at the end of this video, I'll give you a chance to share with somebody else in your class something that stuck out to you from their conversation. All right, here you go.
As CEO and chairman of IBM, I got to meet such great people and learn so many great things. I'm going to let everybody else see a little bit about the real people that I know. Mary became chairman CEO of GM in 2014, but Mary and I both started our careers at GM, and so now we've come full circle.
I think people are going to really learn a lot from this series, so thank you for doing it.
Now, having run a big company, though, I think what people would like to know is, if you were writing a letter to your younger self, what's the one thing you wish you had known back then that you know now?
I think it's go for it. You know, one of the things that concerns me a lot is, especially young women in the organization, if there's an opportunity and there's 10 requirements and they have 8, they'll be like, oh, I can't apply for it. Where, you know, a man will say, I've got 6, I'm going to go for it. My message to my younger self and to women today in the career world is go for it.
I couldn't agree more. Now, have you ever had a fork in the road moment in your career, and what did you choose?
I did. I had an offer to stay with General Motors but relocate to another area, and at the time my parents were quite elderly and had some health issues, and I made the decision to stay where I was at, and it was the best decision I ever made.
What's your one tip as a woman when you speak in a room about being sure your point comes across?
Politely saying, let me finish, is very powerful. And once you look at the person who just cut you off or interrupted you, or might have just been excited to get their point up and say, hey, can I finish? You don't have to do that very often, and you get to finish.
Great tip, let me finish. I know mine is, don't put your input in the form of a question. Often women want to say, hey, have you ever thought about, instead of saying, I think this, so to be declarative, right? I love that. So now let me switch to the lightning round. What is the one habit you have adopted during this really difficult COVID time that you're going to keep on doing when hopefully the pandemic passes?
It's clearly exercise, the commitment to working out. I just feel better.
What was the one piece of bad advice you were given?
When I first shared that I was expecting my first child, and someone told me, well, then I had to stop working. And I did not take that advice.
Good for you. You are one of the most authentic CEOs I know, and it's because everything you do is true to what you believe in your heart. So thank you for doing this. I think it was superb.
Well, thanks for the opportunity, and thanks for letting me be your first person to do this.
All right, now it's your turn. Please share with somebody in your class something that stuck out to you from this video. Even though there's still more men CEOs than women CEOs of major companies, the more we listen to the women who are there right now, the more those doors will open and those numbers can start to even out. All right, you have a great day.